welcome back to the shop. We're going into brakes on this part of the term here at J-Tech, and what I'm going to show you is a brake trainer that we were using. We're going to kind of go over inspecting the drums and the brakes and what to look for. So currently here we have right here, this is the brake drum. Here's where you'd have the wheels mounted. Here you have the brake hub, the plug for the oil. Now on this oil plug there is a line to indicate oil level, and you want to use the oil that's specified. I know in one of the shops that I worked at, we used ATF for that oil to fill in for the brake hub, which is pretty common. So here you have the hub. You want to inspect for leaks around the hub because this is bolted on separately. There is a gasket that is around here that you can see. I don't know if you can see that, it might be a little too dark, but a little bit of the gasket sticking out. So there is a gasket around this hub area. Eventually, once you get the tire off, these are all the lug bolts for the tire. Here you have the lug nuts, but there's no tire in place. So once you get the tire off, then you have this drum. So we're going to go over here to the other side where I had already pulled off the drum. So here we have the drum sitting right here. When you pull off the drum, you can run an inspection on the inside. When you're looking on the inside of the drum, you're looking for different things like cracks, pitting, heat check marks, any kind of discoloration. Here we just have a regular drum. Looks like it's actually not that bad other than the rust. We clean that rust right off. It should be nice. You know, you don't see any cracks. You're looking for also cracks between the stud pilot holes. Nothing there. You know, just regular wear grooves. So not looking too bad. Then we come over on the back side. We have the dust cover. So here's the dust cover. Here you can tell that this is for the front drive axle because this is the kingpin. You have the greaser. There'll be one. Now this kingpin is flipped over, so this is the bottom of the kingpin. So here's the bottom greaser. There'll be one greasered on the other side. Here you have your S-cam, or sorry, your slack adjuster, and here you have your S-cam. And the camshaft will have right here. We'll have a greaser, as well as your slack adjuster. Most slack adjusters will have greasers. Very few of them are sealed, but you do have to check it out and make sure. In a later vehicle, we're going to go over brake adjustments and how to adjust these cams and adjust the brakes properly. So here on the back side, as well as on this side, when you're looking at the underside from the drum, this is your brakes right here. So here you have your brake shoes. Here's where you can check distance, or the thickness of your brakes. You want a 1/4 inch. Now there's a tool that you have that you can get that you just measure right up, and it'll tell you if you have a 1/4 inch or more. If you have less than a 1/4 inch, you need to replace these brakes. So if you have a 1/4 inch or more, you're good. You're just fine. So there's a tool, and eventually when you get old school, you can tell just by looking at it if it's good or not. Other than that, there's a measurement tool to look at. Same thing on the dust covers. We go back on the dust covers, you're again looking for any kind of cracks, rust, wear, anything that shouldn't be there when you're doing a visual inspection. That's pretty much what all these are, is a visual inspection. So coming back here to where the drum is off, here we have the brake shoe, the entire brake shoe. When you're inspecting, you're looking for any kind of chipping, flaking, wear on the brake shoe. And we come in, and so here is your S-cam. Here's where you get the whole S-cam for. This is the S-cam roller. So what it does is this will twist, and as it twists, this will pry these rollers apart, which pushes the brake shoe up into the drum. That's where you get the grip for the brake, for these drum brakes. So you want to inspect these, make sure that these rollers are good, that they're not pitting, sticking, that they're clean. Same with this S-cam. And when you pull this cam apart, you want to check for anything, any stress cracks. When you pull this out, you want to look for grooves, pitting, anything that might not allow this to move properly, or if it's showing that signs that it's not being properly greased. You want to check these studs. Here we go into the wheel seal. So we have the backside. You know, you want to check everything, rust. You want to make sure no grease or dirt is getting on the inside of this, because grease or dirt, or when you have grease on the inside, it's going to hold dirt, and if it's holding dirt to the inside, you're going to get unusual wear, abnormal wear. You're going to cause the failure of the part faster than normal. So you want to inspect everything, make sure that everything's clean, free of dirt, free of any unusual wear. You want to check the springs, make sure that they're intact. Check all your pins. And so there you have the internals of the brakes. All right. Well, thank you for joining me again at the shop, going over the brakes really quick. And we'll hope to see you again in a little bit when I do adjustments on brakes and how to properly adjust. All right? Stay dirty.
That's right.